Now, from the news team that's covering the Carolinas, this is Channel 9 Eyewitness News Sunday morning.
This man is behind bars this morning, accused in several sexual battery incidents in the Charlotte area.
It's scary, not just for me, but for my friends.
Police say happened in each incident and the help they need from you this morning. Plus, deputies are investigating a triple homicide inside this Anson County bar. What they say led to 3 people killed and how this may be related to another shooting. But first, it is going to be a rainy Sunday across the Charlotte area. We're using Charlotte's most powerful radar to track when the rain moves into your neighborhood. Good morning, I'm Elsa Gillis.
And I'm meteorologist Vicki Graff.
And that rain is why we are starting in the Weather Center this morning.
That's right. Yesterday we had the clouds. It was a little bit warmer and we had a few showers. Today, expect to see a lot of rain throughout the day. While it might not be a washout, at any point you could see a little bit of that mist and drizzle. And I'm already tracking showers right now on live early warning Doppler 9. Some light to moderate rain on top of Salisbury. This is closer to I-85 here. And then also a batch of rain right on top of Albemarle. That's moving off to the east. Another batch of rain is just starting to develop right now closer to Morganton and then also Hickory as well, right along I-40. If you're heading out this morning, make sure to take it slow on the roads. They could be slick, not just from the rain we're seeing this morning, but also from rain we had last night. It's all part of this large system that's spanning across the southeast. This is going to combine with another system to the north, and that's going to bring us some big changes over the next 24 to 48 hours. We'll have the threat for rain today. It could be heavy at times, especially in the afternoon. That's when that system from the south will approach. And then overnight, that system to the north, that's going to tap into some colder air, and that will allow that rain to switch over to snow in the mountains. I'll show you how much snow we're expecting coming up.
Tomorrow, this man will face a judge for the first time, accused of fondling and groping people at CPCC in Elizabeth. Police told Channel 9 David Kenny is also connected to similar cases near UNC Charlotte Friday night.
It's scary that there are people out here that do that.
Reporter Stephanie Tinoco mapped out the scary encounters all within 2 miles of each other that put students and staff at risk.
It's terrifying.
For parents and students.
It's scary, not just for me, but for my friends.
CMPD arrested 29-year-old David Kenny on Friday. They say he groped 2 people earlier this week at Central Piedmont Community College and may be linked to 4 similar incidents near UNC Charlotte.
That is very alarming.
Police responded to 3 separate sexual battery cases Friday night, all within 4 hours. The first report, a woman said a man groped her outside this Rite Aid on University City Boulevard a little after 7. 2 more women reported the same crime a short time later. All 3 incidents within a mile. Then, a little before 11, a woman told officers she was sexually assaulted by a man near Mary Alexander Boulevard before he ran off.
Campus should continue to keep their eyes out for people like this.
Students at UNC Charlotte are notified anytime there are incidents like assaults on or near campus.
It will show the date, the time, and the location of it as well.
But until police definitively tie Kenny to these cases, students told me they're taking extra precautions.
I try and walk with my friends a lot more, you know, if they're just going by themselves, like, oh yeah, I'll be right back, like, hey, let me go with you, make sure you're safe.
Stephanie Tinoco, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Kenny was initially charged with 3 counts of sexual battery and trespassing. Now that CMPD has linked him to the sex crimes near UNC Charlotte Friday night, he'll be charged with 3 more counts of sexual battery and larceny. Police are asking anyone with information on any of the incidents to call them right away. Sources told Channel 9 the owner of a bar in Waitsboro is voluntarily surrendering the business's permit to sell alcohol, and that means the business is shut down permanently. This comes after a triple homicide inside Mr. D's Bar and Grill on East Caswell Street. We first told you about the deadly shooting yesterday morning. Police say Robbie Harris shot 3 men inside the bar. 2 of them died at the scene while the 3rd died at the hospital. A woman was also injured in the shooting. Investigators said Harris had an ongoing dispute with at least one of the victims.
Anson is such a small town. When something happens like this, everyone feels a loss.
Investigators have not released the victims' names. Harris is charged with first-degree murder and set to appear in court Tuesday. Anson County deputies are investigating a shooting they believe stemmed from Friday night's triple murder. The sheriff told Channel 9 a man was shot in the leg outside a home in Morven just after 6 last night. Investigators believe it was retaliation for the deadly shootings at Mr. D's Bar and Grill, but haven't said how the man shot may be connected to the homicides. Police have not arrested the suspect in the Morven shooting. As soon as we get any new information on either of these shootings in Anson County, we'll let you know on air and online at WSOCTV.com. New developments this morning. The App State men's tennis coach has resigned after one of his players was accused of making a racially charged comment to an opposing player. The development comes 1 month after the school suspended Coach Bob Lake. We've told you player Spencer Brown is accused of making a comment to a black player from North Carolina A&T during a match last month. Brown was suspended indefinitely. Volunteer assistant coach Jack Maddox will now act as the head coach for the rest of the season. UNC basketball fans waking up disappointed this morning after Virginia beat them in the ACC championship game. The Tar Heels were hoping to pull off a repeat of the 2016 championship game, but last night they just couldn't keep up with the Cavaliers. 3 of their top players scored double digits last night, while UNC's Luke May racked up 20 points. Virginia took home the ACC tournament title 71-63. Happening today, the 2018 NCAA tournament selection will get underway. The show will feature a new format this year, as 68 college basketball teams are chosen for the big dance. We could see up to 10 teams from the ACC earn a bid. Virginia is predicted to be the top overall seed after last night's championship win. The 2018 NCAA tournament selection show starts at 6 tonight. Channel 9 checked, and the man accused of a deadly ambush on York County detectives is still in the hospital. Christian McCall is recovering at the hospital nearly 2 months after the attack. It's not clear when he'll be released and booked into jail. Police say McCall shot 4 officers, including Detective Mike Doty, as they responded to a domestic call in January. Officers returned fire, hitting McCall. Detective Doty died from his injuries 1 day after the ambush. Now, he's one of 17 officers shot and killed in the line of duty nationwide in the first 10 weeks of 2018. This map shows where the shootings happened. 6 of the officers died in just 1 week. The National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund says the deaths are a reminder of what law enforcement professionals face every day. Investigators in California are trying to figure out why a decorated Army veteran took 3 people hostage at a veterans care facility, then killed them and himself. Police say Friday afternoon, former patient Albert Wong walked into the Pathway home in Yountville armed with a rifle and took 3 employees hostage. SWAT teams eventually surrounded the building. Hours later, they entered the building only to find Wong and the 3 women dead.
We also lost one of our heroes who clearly had demons that resulted in the terrible tragedy that we all experienced here.
Wong was a former patient at the center getting treatment for PTSD. A relative of one of the victims told ABC News Wong asked to withdraw from the program 2 weeks ago because he, quote, wasn't fitting in. This morning, the Northeast is getting ready for its 3rd major snowstorm in just weeks. It comes as many neighborhoods are still cleaning up from the first 2. Thousands of people are still without power in several states. More than 400 out-of-state linemen are in New Jersey to help restore power. Nearly 600 tree trimmers are working overtime to clear branches and trees entangled in the lines. The snowstorm is expected to hit there Monday night into Tuesday. This week, students across the country are expected to walk out of school as a way to try and end gun violence. For 17 minutes Wednesday, students, teachers, parents, and others are expected to walk out of schools to protest after the Florida school shooting. Several of our schools are expected to participate, including Ardrey-Kell High in Charlotte, Sun Valley High in Union County, and Huff High in Cornelius. The organizers say the protests follow a lack of action from Congress after several school shootings in recent years. That includes the deadly shooting at Stoneman Douglas High on Valentine's Day. Police say Nicholas Cruz killed 17 students and staff and injured 14 others. Wednesday, Cruz is expected to appear before a judge for an arraignment hearing. He faces 34 counts of premeditated and attempted murder. Cruz has confessed to gunning down students and staff at Stoneman Douglas. His lawyers say he will plead guilty if prosecutors agree not to seek the death penalty. Tomorrow, a Cabarrus County teen will face a judge accused of making a bomb threat. 17-year-old Jordan Levinson is charged with a felony for making a false bomb report. Investigators say she left a note in the girls' bathroom at Hickory Ridge High School last week. Channel 9 was there as the school was evacuated. Detectives say Levinson acted alone and admitted to writing the note. Now, we have seen several threats like this across our area. You can read our past coverage on how police and districts are handling them on WSOCTV.com. President Trump may add impeachment lawyer to his White House staff. That's according to the New York Times. It reports the president met with a lawyer who represented then President Bill Clinton during his impeachment process. The paper cites the reasoning as the continued investigation into Russia meddling with the U.S. presidential election. Tomorrow is the last day you can submit your thoughts to the DOT on its new plan to widen Sanford Road. We've told you DOT officials want to widen Sanford between Huntersville and Denver. They would add new lanes as well as 2 new bridges with roundabouts at I-77. Some neighbors have told Channel 9 they're against the plan because it would cut into their property. It is 7:10 now. You're taking a live look right now through our Lake Norman cam. It's a cloudy start to the day, cooler, and it's going to rain. Not good. Meteorologist Vicki Graff has an update on that forecast in Severe Weather Center 9.
Maybe the kind of morning you want to sleep in a little bit, and doesn't help that we did switch the clocks forward an hour overnight, so it is 7:10 right now. I am tracking some showers right now on live early warning Doppler 9. Most of that rain has been north of Charlotte, right along the I-40 corridor. And look at the cooler temperatures starting to fill in. We're 41 in Statesville, 43 in Hickory, mid-30s in the mountains, still 48 in Charlotte right now. But this is pretty much where we'll stay throughout the day. Breaking it down on our threat tracker, there is going to be a high threat for rain. It's not going to be a washout per se, but at any point you might see a little bit of drizzle mixing in with mist. It is going to be cooler as well. We won't see that snow yet today, but as colder air arrives from the north, that's going to switch that rain over to snow in the mountains tomorrow. I'll show you how much we're expecting coming up.
Catching heat from both sides. New at 7:45, the concerns from both Democrats and Republicans over the new Florida school safety law. A new approach to helping inmates handle post-prison life. New at 7:30, the exercise an organization says helps inmates deal with everyday stressors. But first, 4 bodies found inside a South Carolina home. Who police believe killed the family, and the questions still unanswered this morning.
Like us on Facebook to follow the latest breaking news, top stories, and weather. To join in on the conversation, log on to WSOCTV.com and click on the Facebook icon at the top of the page.